All right, shalom, shalom. It's the brother Yahweh Shapat coming at you with another street teaching through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Alahayanawa, Bahashem, Amashiach Yahweh Shah. Double honors to my elders and apostles of Great Millstone who teach and rule well in these scriptures. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect. Shalom to you brothers out here pushing this word out in the highways and the byways in truth and sincerity, risking your lives and your freedom to do so. Double shalom to you brothers, shalom to you brothers and sisters who are listening and learning. Hey man, I'm out here again through the spirit, and Lord willing, this street teaching is edifying. This is Psalms 11 and verse 6. Upon the wicked he shall rain snares, fire and brimstone, and an horrible tempest. This shall be the portion of their cup. So who is the wicked? When you deal with classifications of men, in the scriptures, you got the sons of God, who are the Israelites. You have the sons of the wicked, who are the Edomites, and you got the sons of men, who are these other nations. And the wicked in the scriptures, when the scriptures speak about the wicked, it's talking about Esau, Edom. Hey, and the Lord said He was going to rain snares, fire, and brimstone, and this, and roughly paraphrasing, this shall be the portion of their cup. So this kingdom is going to be destroyed by fire. And when you precepts to add to this, one of them will be Genesis 19 and 24, when the scriptures are going into the destruction of Sodom and Gomorrah. Well, this place that we're in right now is spiritual Sodom and Egypt, and it's also known as Mystery Babylon the Great in the scriptures. Amen. And the Lord is going to destroy Babylon by way of fire. You got the old Babylon and then you got the new Babylon. We live in the new Babylon. This Babylon is going to be destroyed just like Sodom and Gomorrah was, and because this place is going in that same manner. This place is, people in this place carry themselves in a likewise manner as people did in Sodom and Gomorrah, and we all know what Sodom and Gomorrah was destroyed for, and this place will be destroyed for the exact same thing. This place is going downhill, man. When America was at its prime, you couldn't be a sodomite and be praised for it. But now in this time that we live in now, that's praised, it's pushed on children. So this place is in basically in a spirit of decadence. This place is in decay, spiritually, morally, and physically. Hey, this place is literally breaking down, man. You just had floods going on down there in Texas. You know what I'm saying? And things like this are going to continue to happen, man. The Lord is going to hit this place hard with the same plagues that He hit Egypt with. So there will be a famine. There will be a shortage of food. There will be an increase in pestilence and death as a whole, man. And I'm going to get that, Lord willing, I'm going to grab that out of 2nd Ezra. But this is Genesis 19 and 24. Then the Lord rains upon Sodom and Gomorrah brimstone and fire from the Lord out of heaven. Hey, man, so, the Lord is going to burn this place up just like He did Sodom and Gomorrah for the exact same reasons. Yeah, man, so the destruction of this place is going to be legendary, man. This is Isaiah 13. This is Isaiah 13 and 19. And Babylon, the glory of kingdoms, the beauty of the Chaldees' excellency, shall be as when Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shah, overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah. It shall never be inhabited, neither shall it be dwelt in from generation to generation, neither shall the Arabian pitch tent there, neither shall the shepherds make their fold there. So when the Lord gets done with this place, man, it's going to be a desert, and desert creatures will dwell here, But that's, after the destruction, You know, this place will never be the same again, man, and it won't be ever inhabited again. You know, and dealing with, you know, the people that inhabited this place first, you know, the so-called Native Americans, so-called Seminoles, the so-called Latinos, you know, they were here first, man. You know, and they knew to come to this land because of King Solomon. You know, King Solomon had Hiram, who was a what was Hiram? Hiram was a he was a so-called Hamite, but his mother was an Israelite. You know, and Hiram worked for King David and King Solomon. But as King Solomon was having the temple built and having his house built, he would have Hiram come over here to a land where never mankind dwelt. You know, and they and to get from here to Jerusalem, you know, that's about a year and a half on the sea. You know, and it take about a year and a half to get here, a year and a half to get back. And that's why every 3 years King Solomon will offer up, you know, a big sacrifice unto the Lord. But, you know, as a matter of fact, let me see if I can look that up real quick. Yeah, you know, the tribes knew to come here because of King Solomon actually coming here first. Well, not coming here first, having King Solomon basically had expeditions over here before anybody did. You know, and the scriptures call this place Ar-Sareth. You know, and when Hiram and his men were here, they left statues. You know, and that's where you have the Olmec heads. You know, if you're keen, you're keen to history, you know, they left certain things over here, but they never lived here. They would come here, get what they needed to get, whether it be, I believe it was gold, peacocks, you know, apes, you know, different herbs and things like that, and they would bring all of that back to King Solomon. You know, so this place was known of before Christopher Columbus was ever thought of, man. He wasn't even the first person to get over here. It was other people that got here before he did, man. You know, so a lot of the history that they teach you in school is a lie. You know, and then you'll have certain professors and certain people come out and find new knowledge, you know, and some of them used to work for these colleges, you know, but once they bring out and present that new information, you know, they get ousted, you know, they don't get their books published, you know, things of that nature, man, because these colleges, they are pretty much paid and set up to present and push out a certain dogma or a certain opinion, you know, because that's what dogma is, man. It's not actual fact. It is it's that which one thinks is true, you know. So it's not actual history. It's not actual facts. It's history from a certain standpoint. You get that in 2nd Ezra, the 13th chapter. You know, I'm gonna just jump around, man, and pretty much flow through the spirit, man. This is 2nd Ezra 13. And verse 40. Those are the 10 tribes which were carried away prisoners out of their own land in the time of Hosea, the king, whom Salmanazar, the king of Assyria, led away captive, and he carried them over the waters, and so came they into another land. But they took this counsel among themselves, that they would leave the multitude of the heathen and go forth into a further country where never mankind dwelt, that they might dare keep their statutes which they never kept in their own land. And they entered into Euphrates by the narrow places of the river. For the Most High then shewed signs for them, and held still the flood till they were passed over. For through that country there was a great way to go, namely of a year and a half, and the same region is called Ar-Sareth. Then dwelt they there until the latter time, and now when they shall begin to come. So, you know, the Israelites, the northern kingdom, they came over here in around about 722 BC to 726 BC. You know, they came over here and they're still here, you know. And that's why when you go into the archives of Gad and Reuben and some of the so-called Latino tribes, you'll find that they had, you know, basically certain attributes to things and to laws that they kept hey, they basically mirror the law, statutes, and commandments. You know, they also have Hebrew writing on the stones, you know, in different places. You know, so, you know, you got other camps out there that push that all the tribes are so-called black. You know, first off, man, ain't none of us black. You know, we all different shades of brown. You know, and the Northern Kingdom, they represent, you know, everybody from you got hey man, the so-called Puerto Ricans, that's the tribe of Ephraim. You know, the so-called Dominicans, that's the tribe of Simeon. You know, you got the so-called Mexicans, the tribe of Issachar. So, you know, all of those tribes, they're Israelites. You know, and they were here first. You know, and Esau came over here and took this land from them. You know, and further confused them. You know, see, you got so-called Native Americans who are calling themselves black too. You know, you got Judah calling themselves so-called African Americans. You know, and all of this wasn't done. All of these names, and because before it was African Americans, which I believe Jesse Jackson was the one that came out and put that stigma on us. But before that, it was colored, a Negro. You know, so hey, those are proverbs and bywords, man. That's not actually who we are, but that's who Esau has chosen to call us, and they push that narrative on us so that we can further, you know, discontinue from our heritage. You know, they don't want Jake knowing who they actually are, man. You know, especially the small hats, they pay a lot of money to keep Jake basically in a low vibration, man. You know, that's why the pretty much you got to think, man, when you see our people being put on a pedestal, they put the worst of us on a pedestal. You know, whether it be actors, singers, you know, whoever it may be, they put the worst of us in high positions. You know what I'm saying? You know, and the best of us are basically in a lower state right now, man. You know, because if you're a so-called Negro, Latino, or Native American and you don't know this truth, you know, you pretty much spiritually living as a heathen, man. You know, and if you of the elect, the Lord's gonna pull you out of there ultimately. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, if you don't got this truth, man, and you not continuing in the heritage that is ours, which is these holy scriptures, you know, us keeping the law, statutes, and commandments to the best of our ability, then, hey, man, you know, you pretty much out there in the congregation of the dead, man. You know, and if you leave this truth, that's basically all you going back to. You know, you going back to the congregation of the dead. You know what I'm saying? Because when you come in this truth, man, the Lord cleanses you, you know, hey, by you hearing the scriptures, man. By you, you know, turning from your wicked ways. But you don't get to come in and out of this thing, man. You know, when you leave, you're going to have to stay in the world. You know, and ultimately, man, hey, if you did the work for a little while and then went back into the world, hey, man, you turned your back on the plow, man. You know? Get a couple of precepts. Bear with me, I can just for a minute, Baba Kashab. You know, because most people, man, they carrying on in their daily lives like, you know, hey, this place ain't getting ready to be destroyed. You know what I'm saying? Which we waiting on one major prophecy to take place, and that's the pushing out of the CHIP, man, of the MOTB. Because once that chip gets pushed out and it gets made mandatory, man, that's pretty much it. That's all she wrote, you know. You know, because once that happens, all the other major prophecies are gonna pop off instantly. You know what I'm saying? You know, so hey, brothers got to be preparing themselves for persecution. You know, because at the end of the day, man, it's easy to come out. It's easier to come out here and just teach this word and you know, serve the Lord while you not being persecuted from it. But that's why the Lord say, hey, in the scriptures, man, you know, then shall be known who are my chosen. You know, you can't tell who's really down for Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua right now, because it's pretty much, you know, it's easy, man. We in the calm before the storm. But when all hell breaks loose and we get tried, hey, man, you gonna see who gonna turn their back on the Lord quick. You know, you gonna see who's gonna, you know, pretty much cast off all their righteousness to save their life. Because that's ultimately what you're gonna be made to do, man. You know, they're gonna present you with a ultimatum. Hey, you can take this chip, you know, and serve us, and you can serve the Most High and die. You got to choose the former. Let's see, this is Hebrews 10 and 38. Salakia. Yeah, this is Hebrews 10 and 38. Now the just shall live by faith. But if any man draw back, my soul shall have no pleasure in him. But we are not of them who draw back unto perdition, but of them that believe to the saving of the soul. You know, because ultimately, man, some of us are going to have to die for this truth, man. You got to be ready to give your life up or lay your life down for Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Hey, Yahushai laid his life down for us. So you got to be ready and willing to do the same thing, you know. I'm jumping around, man. I had, you know, certain precepts I wanted to get into, but, you know, hey, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? You get out here with some notes. As always, I try to bring some notes to camp, but, you know, that's how the spirit is, man. The spirit's going to have you touch on what it wants you to. And this is Revelation 11 and 8. And their dead bodies shall lie in the street of the great city, which spiritually is called Sodom and Egypt, where also our Lord was crucified. So how was he crucified, man? You know, you put that white boy up, and you put him in Yahushua's stead, man, and called his name Jesus Christ. You know what I'm saying? You know, that's how that's how our Lord was crucified on this side. His image was crucified, you know? And that's what Esau did when he came into the power, man. You know, Job 9:24 goes into how, you know, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covered up the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? You know, and Putin actually brought out certain relics that were over there in Russia and Russia's archives, and it showed you a so-called black man as Christ. It showed you so-called black men as the prophets, because that's what's true. You know, hey, Ezekiel was an Israelite man. Isaiah was an Israelite man. You know, hey, when Paul was questioned about, hey, they questioned Paul and asked him, was he an Egyptian? You know, because of how dark he was, man. You know, so just, hey, a man can be a very, very dark brown, but he's still brown. There's no such thing as us being black. You know what I'm saying? And you shouldn't want to call yourself black, man. You know, I go into this all the time, man. Black means wicked, man, and white means righteous, of course, or clean. You know what I'm saying? So of course Esau would put that title on him. So he's a self-proclaimed white man, because he's not white, he's red. You know, and he's been red since he came. Hey, he's red just like his forefather Esau was when he came out of the womb. Let's see, bear with me, I can come for sure. So here we go. This is Genesis 25 and verse 19. And these are the generations of Isaac, Abraham's son. Abraham begat Isaac, and Isaac was 40 years old when he took Rebekah to wife, the daughter of Bethuel the Syrian of Padan Aram, the sister to Laban the Syrian. And Isaac entreated the Lord for his wife because she was barren, and the Lord was entreated of him, and Rebekah his wife conceived. And the children struggled together within her. And she said, if it be so, why am I thus? And she went to inquire of the Lord. And the Lord said unto her, 2 nations are in thy womb, and 2 manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels. And the one people shall be stronger than the other people, and the elder shall serve the younger. And when her days to be delivered were fulfilled, behold, there were twins in her womb. And the first came out red all over like a hairy garment, and they called his name Esau. And after that came his brother out, and his hand took hold on Esau's heel, and his name was called Jacob, and Isaac was 80 years when she bare them. And the boys grew, and Esau was a cunning hunter, a man of the field, and Jacob was a plain man dwelling in tents. Hey man, so Esau loved to hunt. You know, what does the so-called white man do, man? He goes on expeditions, man. He hunts everything from lions to deer. They got, you know, and that's why their blessing is the sword. That's how they conquered the earth. You know, they didn't conquer the earth peaceably. They conquered the earth through violence, man, and through the sword. You know, because when Esau came on the scene, the biggest thing to come into play in the time of history when he came into power was that gun. You know, which a sword is any weapon that, you know, an instrument that can be used to hurt, kill, or harm somebody. You know, so a stick can be a sword if you turn it into a weapon. But you know, that's Esau's blessing, you know. And Jacob, it said Jacob was a plain man dwelling in tents. Now, when you look at the so-called black man, when you look at Israelite man, we like to work and enjoy our money and sit back and chill. You know, Esau likes to hunt, you know, but we come from the same forefather. Isaac is both Jacob and Esau's father. But you know, you won't learn about this in church. They won't bring this up. And you know, they make a movie about everything else, man, but you'll never see a movie come out about Jacob and Esau. Because then the small has to have to tell you the truth, man. And they not gonna do that. You know? And I just seen Elder Pastor Hard's lesson, man. You know, when we come out here and teach, man, we just bringing out the truth, man. We not doing any personal attacks on anybody. If anybody has questions, you know, feel free to come up and present those questions, man. You know, you know, scriptures tell us to live peaceably with all men as much as lies within us, man. So we're not coming out here in a spirit of violence or anything like that, you know. But this word is a weapon, you know, and the Lord heals people by the prophets, man. The scriptures tell you that, you know. So even though we just coming out here teaching this word, hey, people get offended, they get cut, because this word is actually a sword, man. This word is presented as a sword, you know. So I'm gonna get that. I'm gonna get a couple of precepts. I want to speak. Let's see, man. I want to speak on a couple of things. I'm trying to think of what I want to get into first. Let's see. Bear with me. I can bump this up. Hey man, the word, pretty much what we doing, man, that's what Esau is labeling as hate speech, you know. But they can teach your kids about, you know, all of this foul shit, man. You know, and people know what you're getting into, man, when you speak on that. And they want to teach kids. They don't want to teach kids about in school about filing their taxes or financial literacy, but you can go to school and your kids can learn about, you know, basically sodomites, man. You know, or transmissions. That's what we call them. You know, so this place it's got to go. You know what I'm saying? You know, your feminism is pretty much dying down. You don't hear about that anymore because the times are getting hard. You know, and where do women run to when times get hard, man? You can make more money than your husband. You can have a better position at your job than your husband. But can you protect yourself if another man runs up on you? No, you can't. You need a man to do that. You know, so regardless of if you you could be in a relationship with a woman and she could be making more than you. That woman should still treat you like you the man. Why? Because you are the man. You know what I'm saying? You're the man in that household. You're the man in that situation. If somebody comes up in that house, you would have to die to protect that woman. So why would you bow down to a woman, man? Or why would you, give yourself over to a woman? Give a woman a position of authority over you, man. You know, if you with a woman like that and she always constantly, trying to emasculate you, man, you need to get the hell away from her, man. You know, but a lot of you men out there, man, y'all are punks, man, and y'all like that. Hey, especially Esau. You know what I'm saying? Esau ain't nothing but a damn freak, man. You know, this is the image that he portrays himself as, in movies and TV. You know, art imitates life, man. You know, so when you seen Leonardo DiCaprio in what was it, Wolf of Wall Street, at the beginning of it, when he had the prostitute dripping candle wax on him, hey, that's Esau, man. You know, they into that type of shit. You know, but you know, hey, that's because the so-called white man ain't a real man. You know what I'm saying? You know, he's not a real man, man. You know, hey, Alexander, as great as he was, it's still shameful spewing on his, we bring out shameful spewing on his glory, because he was also a mote. You know, as great as he was, man, great as the Lord made him, actually, he was a mote. You know, he went both ways, man. You know, I think, hey, he was probably cool with dealing with a woman so he could leave kids behind, which I don't think he did. You know, he was probably cool with dealing with a woman for that reason, but when he wasn't doing that, man, he was with a man, and that's facts. You know. Let's see, bear with me, I can probably Shaga particular precept I'm looking for, and I'm trying to find it. Yep, this is Hosea 6 and verse 5. Therefore have I healed them by the prophets, I have slain them by the words of my mouth, and thy judgments are as the light that goeth forth. Hey, so the Lord got us cutting down, breaking down strongholds, and he got us hewing people down by the words of his mouth. Hey, this word is a sword, man. Which I'm gonna get Hosea 6th chapter and see what precepts I can find, right? Bear with me, I can Bible Shah. I am out here by myself, you know, so sometimes it can be you know, be a little harder to try to find certain scriptures. In fact, I know what I can do. Yep, and I'm here in Hosea 6 and 5, and one of the precepts is Hebrews 4 and 12. So let me get Hebrews 4 and 12, and I got a couple of other precepts I want to drop too, and then I'm gonna cut this lesson short. Yep, so this is Hebrews 4 and verse 12. For the word of Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai is quick and powerful, and sharper than any two-edged sword, piercing even to the dividing asunder of soul and spirit, and of the joints and marrow, and is a discerner of the thoughts and intents of the heart. Hey, so this word is a weapon, man. That's why Esau getting ready to cut this word off. Hey, Amos 8 and 11. You know, there's gonna be a famine of the word, man. So, you know, we always say this when we come out. You better get it while it's hot, man. You got to get this word while you can, and that goes for us too. You know, because whatever oil you have in your lamp, hey man, when it all falls down, man, we're not gonna be out here teaching. We're not gonna be giving nobody the breakdowns, man. We're gonna say, no, I got enough oil for me and mine. You know what I'm saying? Hey, you know, so don't be, you know, you don't want to be one of those foolish virgins, man, that didn't fill their lamp. Hey, speaking for myself first and foremost. Let's see, we got Jeremiah 1 and 10. This is Jeremiah 1 and 10. See, I have this day set thee over the nations and over the kingdoms, to root out and to pull down and to destroy and to throw down, to build and to plant. You know, so us coming out here prophesying is bringing this place down. You know, and it started with, you know, hey, Elder Apostle Har, Elder Apostle Gabar, you know, Elder Apostle Ramla, you know, Elder Apostle Rakah, you know, and the teachers that came before them, you know. to name certain names, like High Priest Ariyah, King Masha. You know, so this truth been out probably since about the early 80s, you know, to the mid 80s, you know, because the apostles been out here for 30, almost 40 years, man. You know, and that's when Esau perceived that his kingdom was going down, you know. So that, you know, we on our way up out of this place, man. And, you know, hey, all we got to do is have faith. You know what I'm saying? We don't know exactly what's going to take place. You know, we don't know exactly how we going to make it up out of here. We do know we going to get up, we going to, hey, if the Lord's dealing with us, we going to make it on one of them chariots, man. You know, but other than that, you know what I'm saying? You know, we going to catch hell coming up out of here. You know, it's gonna be a rough exit out of Babylon the Great. You know, but the Lord is going to come here and to deliver his elect. That's who you're gonna see getting beamed up on so-called UFOs, man. You know, the scriptures speak about the strangeness of our salvation. You know, so when these people see so-called Negroes and Latinos and Native Americans who are the Israelites, when they see us getting beamed up, hey man, they're gonna be like, damn, so they the sons of the Most High? Yes, we are. You know, I always bring this out, man. You know, people tell you, oh, okay, well, Esau's got all this money, but he's not flashy. That's because he ain't got no sauce. They're not the salt of the earth. We are. You know, because when you go to an Israelite man's house, it don't matter if he lives, hey man, in the back of town, man. You know, the outside of the house might look a little raggedy, but when you go in there, everything's in order. The house is clean. You know what I'm saying? You go to a rich person's house, they let their cat and their dog get all over the counter. They got cat food and shit in their hair. So just because Esau got more money than us, that don't make him cleaner than us, man. You know, that's why this man shaves himself. That's why he wants to make himself look clean. They are the cavemen. You know? Hey, Job 30:8, man. I'm gonna get that and then I'm gonna close out. This is Job 30:8. They were children of fools, yeah, children of base men. They were viler than the earth, you know? So you so-called white people are children of base men. You know, compared to Jacob, Esau was base, you know, in the way that he carried himself, man. Hey, and ultimately, that's why the blessing ended up going to Jacob, man. The Lord just didn't choose Esau. That's all it was. You know, when they were in the womb, when Jacob was chosen, when he grabbed hold on Esau's heel, you know what I'm saying? Hey, the Lord chose Jacob because he chose him. Esau hadn't done no wrong at that point. But the Lord chooses who he chooses, man. Hey, the Lord, like the scriptures tell you, man, the Lord will have mercy on whom he will have mercy on, man. Roughly paraphrasing that scripture. And he had mercy on Jacob. And the reason Jacob grabbed Esau's heel is because, hey, Esau is the end of the world and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. You know, I keep saying I'm gonna get one more precept and I'm gonna close out, but you know, hey, to hell with it, man. We're gonna get one more, and I'm gonna try to shut it down after that. So let's see. This is 2 Ezra 6 and 7. Then answered I and said, what shall be the parting asunder of the times, or when shall be the end of the first and the beginning of it that followeth? And he said unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac, and when Jacob and Esau were born of him, Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. You know? So that's what that means, man. You know, so when Esau's kingdom goes down, Jacob's children have next. The Israelites got next, the elect, the hopeful elect of the nation of Israel. You know, so I'm gonna close this lesson out. Lord willing, this is edifying. All praise, honor, and glory is due to Yahweh, Alahayanahu, Bahashem, Hamashiach Yahweh Shah, for putting the spirit on me to do this lesson. Hey, and until the next one, I say Shalom.